Hello my nerds, how you guys doing today? So, I'm currently in Texas, in the Dallas area thing going on. Not a huge fan of driving in Texas, to be honest. A lot of traffic, you know. Let's see. Alright, so, finished the quartet of Circle of Magic by Tamora Pierce. So today we're going to talk about the fourth and final book, Briar's book. And I like this one. It can be sad, though. Like, it kind of deals with heavy stuff a little bit. But it's still pretty good. So what this book kind of does in terms of kind of like the others, this one really kind of establishes Briar as no longer being Roach. This is actually when, you know, he finally kind of accepts himself as Briar, you know, instead of like just Briar, former thief. Now he's Briar, green mage. You know, so and I have to say the biggest problem I have with this book, maybe not the biggest, but it's like the most glaring problem for me, is how much time has passed between the last book and this one. The other three books all took place within a couple of months of each other. The first book ended, and then a few weeks later, the second book started. And that only lasted for a couple days, and then maybe like and then it was only like a matter of weeks after that that Dodge's book happened, and my glasses are just being stupid today. But this one, months passed, you know, and for me, you kind of lose the ability to kind of see into, you know, the lives of these people, because you know, at the end of Dodge's book, they ended up, you know, basically starting the journey to return home to Summersea, and so in all that time, you know, Briar's made friends with some street kids, and you find out that about, I think, like once a month or so, Rosethorn makes a visit to deliver some supplies to this basically clinic for that handle in the poor district of Summersea. So that's kind of where Briar met his friend Flick, and basically, in this book, the overall arching like tragedy is a plague, and this really kind of calls upon Briar's and Rosethorn's abilities as healers. And there's some tragedy, there's some character building. You actually end up kind of liking one of the characters from a previous book that you really didn't think that you would. I really love the voice acting for this character too. It's really, really well done. And but like I said, and this one really is, this one probably more than the other three focuses the most on like the title character. You know, this one, you do get things from Triss's, Dodge's, and Sandri's perspective, but for the most part, it is mostly Briar, more so than the other books. So that wasn't too bad, and you find out a little bit more about some of the teachers and you find out just a little bit more about. You find out a little bit about Lark's life. You find out a little bit about Rosethorn. And you also find a little bit about another character. So it really is. So those are really kind of the three teachers that are focused on this book. And And it kind of hints even further as to the true relationship between Lark and Rosethorn. So, and also, kind of like, I'm kind of noticing, I'm kind of noticing something, in terms of, like, the timeline of at least Lark and Rosethorn, which doesn't quite make sense, because, you know, Rosethorn was a acrobat in her earlier days. You know, they don't say specifically when she ended up having to stop, but she did eventually stop, and it's kind of implied that she was an adult at the time. And so if she's an adult, let's say for the sake of argument, you know, 18, she looks to be like in her like mid-30s now, and so you have to kind of wonder, like, how she quickly rose to the position that she's in, you know. And same thing with Rosethorn, because one of the things you find out about her is that she actually did a major project for like 8 years, I think they said it was. And, you know, even before then, she went to the other university, Lightsbridge, and studied with them for, I think, 3 years. So, like, you gotta kind of wonder, like, how many students have passed through their doors in discipline, and how long do those students really stay? So, but just kind of like food for thought kind of a thing. But, yeah, so, not too much I can give away without spoilers, but, you know, like I said, this is like the final book of the quartet. The next quartet, The Circle Opens, deals with the kids older and dealing with stuff that is more personal to them. So that can be kind of enjoyable. But so unfortunately, this might be a bit of a shorter video. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. I'm going to take a break from Circle of Magic. I'm currently on like 7th or 8th book of Wheel of Time. The reason why I'm not doing videos on Wheel of Time is because I'm already like 7 books in. You know, like I've already kind of forgotten stuff that happened in the first 6 books. That's kind of the biggest problem with this series. So much, yet so little happens. You know. So it can be really hard to kind of get stuff straight. So that's why I'm not going to make a video about them. I think maybe after I'm finished with this current book on Wheel of Time, I might do the first book of The Circle Opens. Maybe not. Actually, you know, I just remembered. I started talking about the Mercy Thompson series by Patricia Briggs. I remember I did the first book. I talked about Moon Called. I need to do the next book, you know. So I may do kind of, well, I'm like I said, I'm not going to talk about Wheel of Time. So what I'm thinking about, I might end up do is I might kind of alternate between talking about a Tamora Pierce book and then Mercy Thompson series. And then when Mercy Thompson is done, because there's a lot more. Well, I mean, I could always just alternate between Tamora Pierce and Patricia Briggs. Like that wouldn't be too bad. And then when I'm done with one, I could switch to another author and talk about all their works that I've read, or all of a series that I've read. So that's not a bad idea. I might do that. You'll see. But I think next video is going to be book 2 of the Mercy Thompson series. So I'm real sorry about if I've ignored that. If any of you guys have been waiting for that. I don't know how many people have watched these things. I highly doubt anyone has. But I just really kind of do these things for me. But excuse me. I need to take a nap. But anyway, so I think that's it for the day. Not much to talk about. I didn't want to give away too much for spoilers, but Briar's book is really good. So I think I can kind of definitively say the order that I like the books in is 1, 3, 4, 2. So I think that's good. You can't read them out of order. I'm sorry to say you can't read them out of order, but those are just my general thoughts and opinions on this series. I may, before I do Patricia Briggs, I may just do an episode talking about my likes and dislikes about this series overall. That might be fun. So it really kind of depends. But so that really is it. I'm done. You guys have a good one. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Well, all that. You guys know what to do. I really shouldn't have to say that. I really want to get a sign that says, do this. So, you guys know what to do. And I will catch you all later. And you guys have a good one.